Howdy, howdy, howdy. How's it going, guys? Just bear with me. The light is there. It's not much I can do. About that. It's been a long day. We're gonna go over some lures here that I got in the mail. Stuff that I liked last year. And there's one that's missing that we'll get into why it's missing and what happened to it. But I just want to talk about the lures. The lures are from Trap Shed Supply. Trap Shed Supply right here. Block the lure name on there. Trap Shed Supply for now. Trap Shed Supply. Don't want focus. I don't know how to lock the focus, which is interesting. But yeah, I got a couple lures here. These are the 4-ounce bottles. As you can tell, I'm a little rusty at this. Been working my butt off. Lots of hours, 12 hours a day. 5 days a week. Just constantly. Body's aching, my wrists hurt, my knuckles hurt. Just constant landscaping work and stuff. So it's been crazy lately. But the lures I wanted to talk about, now we can get into the lures. So if you stayed here for the minute and 20, I appreciate it. Most of you probably left, but oh well. You know what? If you don't want to watch my content, that's fine. I do appreciate the people that watch my content. I don't know how to repay you guys. I can thank you. That's all I can do. But if you're watching to hear, like, comment, subscribe. Now we'll get into the lures. The lures are from Trap Shed Supply. It's out of Marietta. I think it's Marietta, Georgia. And I got sent a care package last year or earlier this year after ordering some dog-proof traps. And I ordered another bit of dog-proof traps. And they sent me a nice care package. And they had all different lures in them, a bunch of lures, a bunch of different stuff. Majority of it I've tried, some of it I haven't. But this is what I rebought in the 4-ounce size because I needed a lot more. And I do really small lines, as you can tell from my other videos. But I wanted to try get some more of the Dirty Beaver, it's called. Dirty Beaver. Phone's a little cockeyed. Dirty Beaver. And then I got some more of the Sweet Beaver. Now, as a fisherman, I get confused calling it Sweet Beaver because Sweet Beaver is a bait. It's a fishing bait that I have tons of success with. So it's just kind of funny calling it Sweet Beaver. But the Sweet Beaver is like a castor base with some sweet notes to it, which is a lot sweeter. It's not exactly like Paul Dobbins backbreaker, but it's pretty close. Now, obviously, the ingredients are probably different, but the smell is similar. It's like a castor and a sweet smell, and Dobbins is kind of sweet and the castor smell, like the Sweet Beaver. Sweet Beaver is definitely something that I love. I love the smell of this one, and so I got a 4-ounce. And then I got Dirty Beaver. It has an extra calling ingredient in it. It says it has an extra calling ingredient to carry the extra distance. Now, that's not skunk. So it's not a skunky beaver meat. If someone made a skunky beaver meat, or not beaver meat, but beaver castor bait, a skunky beaver castor bait or lure, it would be good for coyotes and stuff like that. But, and the odd beaver, otter, etc., within reason, which we can get into another time, which I think I talked to in a few live streams. But Dirty Beaver has an extra calling ingredient to carry it a little further. So sometimes I'll put the Sweet Beaver out, put out until it rains, put it out for a week. Usually after a week, some lures last anywhere from a day or more. So I just give it a week. Sometimes 4 days, sometimes 3 days, just randomly. And then I'll put out the Dirty Beaver or Sweet Beaver, or put out some Blackies or Dunlap or She Traps or something else. But these lures right here, I just want to get some 4-ounce sizes and use them religiously because the guy sent me a beautiful, super nice care package. And you know what? I paid for my traps and he sent a bunch of other stuff. And it was very, very generous of him. So I wanted to help support his business by buying more products for him. Because he is the one that helped me by sending me a care package. And I appreciate that. And I feel like making a video on it and saying thank you. I can't say thank you and make a video on it enough. But I can buy traps from him, buy supplies from him to help pay for what he sent me, if that makes sense. If that kind of makes sense. Even though I'm buying product, paying for the rest of the stuff, in a sense, it's kind of like paying it back, even though I'm not paying more. It's kind of how my brain works, but I don't know. I'd rather get a bunch of stuff and pay for it from him because I want to show him that I appreciate it. So I'm going to buy product from him. So I bought 4 ounces of the Dirty Beaver and the Street Beaver. Both lures you shall check out. I suggest them. I think you should look at them. They're very good. Smell great. The Dirty Beaver, like I said, has a little bit of like a pungent smell, not a bad smell, but like a little bit pungent smell, pungier, pungienter, or something like a little more pungent smell that goes a little further. The Street Beaver is a sweeter bait, similar to Backbreaker by Paul Dobbins. Now, I'm not going to say it's perfect like Paul Dobbins, or it's exactly Paul Dobbins, or whatever word you want to use to describe it, being similar to Paul Dobbins. It's not similar. It's not the same to Paul Dobbins. He's not putting Backbreaker in this and Backbreaker in that. That wouldn't be fair, right? So it's very similar, but my experience with what happened with Paul Dobbins, which some of you can go look back on, he's a great trapper, legendary trapper. I just can't support him anymore. That's a whole other story and rabbit hole I'm not going to go down. But Street Beaver is very similar to Paul Dobbins, which is one of the best beaver lures out there. Paul Dobbins Backbreaker. Dirty Beaver is great too. So I went over those. But what I was going to tell you about, right? So I said, oh, I got a third one, and it disappeared. It got lost. But what happened to that is it was sitting on the counter. I pushed it forward in the middle of the counter, a little further on the counter because I knew I had puppies and dogs. So I come down, right? I go to work, and then come back and I go to work again. Then I come back and go to work again, and then my mom's like, oh, wait, the dog got into your lure and broke it. And so I'm thinking, oh, okay, whatever, not that big of a deal. Broke a whole 4-ounce jar of Bobcat Gland lure. The one that actually saw results on the Bobcat. Out of all the stuff we tried, the other stuff wasn't really doing a lot of results, but by lure results, but the one that had lure results on Bobcat broke. So I gotta buy more. It sucks. Thank God my puppy didn't eat it, because I think my puppy would be really sick. She got it down, she knocked it off, sniffed it, and then just left it alone. But the whole pile is right on the kitchen floor, so I lost that. But that was the other one I bought with this duo here. And that's a good lure too. I highly recommend it with Dunlop's Bobcat Hot Shot, because the Hot Shot is a winterized urine, and so it doesn't freeze, and it has some other ingredients. It has a little bit of gland urine mix. I'm pretty sure with the gland in it, and winterized so it doesn't freeze. So when you spray the urine down, mix that with like the Bobcat Gland lure from Trap Shed Supply, and you got a winning combo. Now, you can use any trailing scent you want, but the Bobcat Hot Shot is a good trailing scent. It has pea, which is winterized, and I think it has essence of some like Bobcat Gland in it. So it's that, and then you put a gland lure. And the gland lure from Trap Shed Supply is a very, very, this is important, fresh smelling gland lure. It's not tainted a lot. So, because we were putting out beaver meat, with other lures, and we never really cleaned the beaver meat out. So what we did towards the end of the season, when we were running out of time, we put She-Trop's mouse bait in there, clean the beaver meat out. It's a natural mouse bait, no scent, just mouse meat ground up. Put in there. They put the Bobcat Hot Shot out the thing. Put some Bobcat Gland from Trap Shed Supply. Threw that in there, and he literally walked up down the trail, put his nose in the back of the cage because there's a hole there, which we didn't know about. Put his nose in the back of the cage, walked around to the front, and went right past. If we turned the cage, we would have caught his butt. But the problem was we screwed up. So we had a positive result. He didn't just show up and like walk to the front and look around like he normally did. He went right to the back of the cage, put his nose there, because we got a picture of that on the camera, and then he moved around. So it's a positive result. He smelled it. He went right to the bait. So which leads me to believe he went to the mouse meat and the gland lure, because the Bobcat Hotshot was out the front of the thing. He didn't go to the front at first. He went right to the back of the cage, the back corner. Even though, because it was back against something, he couldn't go to the back middle, but he went right back to the corner where he could smell the bait and the lure. And the lure is that Bobcat gland, which is crucial, being a fresh, very high quality gland lure. And that there is why I smelled it and was like, put this out. And then we put it out and had the positive result. So I bought more of it. It broke. So I need to buy another one. And that's it. You know, I just wanted to post a video. I know some of you were welcoming me back 2 weeks ago. Last week, the week before that. 2 weeks ago on a Friday, I went to a concert. Crazy concert. Then this past week, I was just busy. We're doing extra long days. We're doing 13, 14-hour days to cover for Fridays, to have Friday off. So it was just a long work week. But appreciate you guys tuning in. And like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you like this kind of format where I kind of talk about what I'm doing, the lures, talk about what I put in the baits, or put in the cages, or the beaver, or whatever. I guess, you know what, I'm gonna comment on one thing real quick. So I mentioned that a skunk lure for beaver and otter, like a skunky lure for beaver and otter. That is during territorial mating season. You want something powerful and pungent. So you can put skunk lure there, like a skunky lure, and the the otter will come right into it, because it's a territorial and it's one of the strongest glands. One of the professional trappers mentioned that to me. It's kind of like a little trick. So if you're putting a light gold down, put some skunk lure down, or put your regular otter lure. But the skunk lure is going to get a territorial response from the otter. It's going to go right to it and get caught. So that's what I was kind of hinted at, but I wasn't going to talk about, but I'm talking about now. So appreciate everybody being here. Have a good Saturday. It's Saturday. It's almost shopping season, and I haven't really prepped anything. So I'm a little behind because of work. But have a good one. Appreciate you all being here. Thank you very much. Like, comment, subscribe. Have a good day.